What's that dust cloud in the distance? Jared! Jeez. Why did you do that? Hi everyone, this is Jen here with a new episode of Let's Play Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. In the last episode, PBG suffered a horrific injury that also seemed to destroy his sense of pride, but I hope you guys are playing along with your hypothetical bingo cards of all the tropes that we're going through, because today we're going to a hot spring. And Jared's came along with us after a horrific jump scare. This is why I don't play Five Nights at Freddy's. I prefer to watch other people play it, because I'm a chicken. Okay. But yes, right now it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to go to school like a little bit around 9, like 9:45. I have to like leave the house to catch the train to get to the place. Ugh. I'm so tired, so if I sound a little bit groggy, that's why. I also don't have any water next to me, so my throat's gonna get dry really fast. So anyway, let's continue. I'm so excited. I'm so glad everybody could come. I looked around at Jared and Mai's excited faces and the dissonantly sad PBG. All right, I'm sure this is going to be a great time. But of course, any time spent with you two lovely ladies is bound to be great. Jared, get out. Or get out with Mai.
Oh, Jared.
Go out with Mai. Oh, Jared. So, has anyone been to this hot springs before?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to another, but never this one. I didn't even know we had one in Higanbana. But I guess it's pretty cool that we do. Contrivances everywhere. I know about most hot springs in the nation, but this one seems to have been just recently built. There's an inn attached to it and everything. TVG's like, I don't care. Oh, that's our stop. Let's go. Bing bong. We entered the general inn area and made our ways to the hot springs, excited. Mai and I split off to the ladies' side while PBG and Jared headed towards the men's area. As Mai and I cleaned off, we chatted animatedly about the trip. I can't wait to see what Jared with his shirt off. This is the best idea, Hana, ever. I tried not to stare at her body. Tried very hard not to compare it to my own. It's impossible. You do that. I mean, I'd always known that mine was a bit bigger in some areas, but I never bothered to... Well, it wasn't important. I don't know that feeling, Hana. I don't know that feeling whatsoever. Anyway. Still, I stared down at my boyish frame and frowned. I've been planning for this day, Hana. I am so ready. What do you mean?
He's so cute.
She recorded 2 different inflections of he's so cute. Okay. What do I mean? This is a golden opportunity. The perfect opportunity to capture my Jared's heart. I've got a whole plan set out and everything. You're not gonna do anything that could get you into legal trouble, right? Girl, what kind of fool do you take me for? Anyways, you ready to go? Yeah. I wrapped a towel around myself and stepped out to the hot springs. Nice. Trees everywhere. It's so nice here. In here. Immediately, Mai got into the water, but I hesitated. Was she gonna take off her towel? I wasn't prepared. Wait, I forgot something in there. Okay, hurry back. As I turned away, I noticed Mai unclip her hair from her head and do a dramatic hair flip. Fwah. Who was she doing that for? It was only us here. Or was it? I ran back to the changing room, standing against the back wall. Calm down, Hana. You've seen naked women before. This ain't no big deal. It's not like Jared or PBG are out there. They're not gonna see you, and Mai's not gonna judge you, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. I'm an artist. It doesn't matter. You get used to it after a while. I took a deep breath. I could do this. I could totally do this. I stepped back out of the hot springs, a smile on my face. Sorry about that, but I'm back.
Hey.
Oh, Hana! What the frig? I do not want this as a background. Stop. What? Come on in, the water's great. What are you doing in here? It's a communal hot spring for both sexes. I had no idea until we found Mai out here. I glanced at Mai and was blinded by a bright flash. When it faded, I realized it came from Jared, who was somehow sitting contently next to her and gazing into her eyes. That's right, girl. You'd go get your Jared. Oh my gosh, they were only wearing towels. They were basically naked. PBG seemed to come to this realization at the same time as me. His eyes grew wide and a blush came over his face. Don't you want to come in? Not that you have to or anything. Sure, I'll come in. I stepped into the hot water slowly, conscious of the fact that each step brought me closer and closer to a basically naked PBG. I held the bottom of the towel down so it wouldn't float as I got in, and I noticed PBG avert his gaze. Anyways, so how are you guys feeling? He directed this to Mai and Jared, but they were completely out of it. There was no getting anything from either of them. Finally, I was in. The spring was really small, wasn't it? PBG was really close to me, like, really close to me. I had a vice grip on my towel. There was no room to sit next to Mai and Jared, so I sat opposite them. PBG, standing in the center of the hot springs, looked around and then started to come towards me. Mind if I sit here? No, go ahead. He came closer to me, and closer to me, and closer. Finally, he was next to me, and he started to sit on the rocks next to me. Started to. He never made it. What? As he was sitting, he bumped my arm, and my grip on my towel loosened. Ah, shoot. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, no! Hana! No, that's my... Dang it! Hana! All at once, a giant gush of blood came flooding out of PBG's and my noses. Oh, jeez. Anime tropes again. The blood. So much blood. Ah! What the hell? What is going on? Ew, it's everywhere. The water's turning to blood. It's the second coming. Oh my gosh. PBG, come back. Hang in there, man. He's floating. He's doing the dead man's float. Oh gosh, PBG. We're losing her. She's losing consciousness. Hana. That was some hot springs trip, right? Oh, here we are in the inn. I woke to Mai hovering worriedly over me. What? Where am I? This is one of the inn rooms. We rented one for a little bit. I glanced around. It was a standard Japanese-style inn room, nice and neat, but it smelled of fresh orange peels, and apparently doesn't have futons. That's probably bad. Well, are those futons? I'm done. Mai was eyeing me as if looking for signs of an illness. What's wrong? How did I get here? Do you not remember? Not remember what? didn't think it would be this bad, but if it was so traumatic that you don't even remember it, it's probably best not to tell you. What? What happened to me out there? Hana? Maya put her hand on my shoulder. There are some things in this world that you're just not meant to know. But... Don't question God's blessings, Hana! Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, can I come in?
PBG.
PBG? For some reason, a well's worth of embarrassment washed over me. A well's worth of embarrassment washed over me. Language. Mai glanced at me and then told PBG to come in.
Hey.
Hey, Mai. Hey, Hana. Glad to see you're up again. Do you mind if I speak to you alone, Hana? Say no more. Mai stood and crossed to the hallway, glancing at us over her shoulder as she did so. Is this finally gonna happen? Play nice, you two. She winked, then shut the door. Hi. He was still shirtless. Way to go. Observant. He sat down in front of me and looked at me, still shirtless. I tried to look anywhere but his chest, anywhere but... Wow, this was a really small room. And it was super hot in here. Super hot. I couldn't breathe. Awkward turtles, come on. Say something. My nose is itching really bad.
Hana.
I know you've been worried about me lately. Oh. I glanced away. I'm sure you already know, but soccer is really important to me. One of the most important things. It's been driving me crazy that I haven't been able to play. I can't even attend the practices without having the entire team tell me to leave them alone. Oh man, that's rough. But it's been my life at Asagao. Soccer's how I made friends after you left, how I gained confidence in myself. Without it, I didn't know what I would do. I was going crazy and I was getting depressed. But that was no reason to ignore you and throw myself a pity party. That was stupid. I'm sorry for worrying you so much. And thank you. What for? Well, I usually feel like I'm a joke to people, but when I'm with you, I feel like I'm more than that. You understand me. You make me feel like I matter. I like you take me so seriously. So thank you. You're a wonderful person. PBG threw his head back and laughed. Well, shucks. I do that well shucks too, man. No, I'm serious. It was thanks to you that I could feel at home here. You showed me what it was like to have a real, true friend. Someone who genuinely cares about me. Thank you for making my school life so wonderful. Well, you're welcome. Anytime. Do you think... I flushed. Do you think we could keep growing together for the rest of our lives? You just said... You basically asked to go steady with him, you just don't know it yet. I know it's cheesy, but you're an important friend to me, and I don't want to lose you again. He leaned over and pulled me into a hug. I wrapped my arms around him, smiling contentedly. You guys are still naked. Of course we can.
Yay!
Yay! For a few seconds went by and then I realized something. PBG was still wrapped in just his towel, and so was I. It was skin on skin, just a towel separating us. As the realization hit me, my mouth went dry. I was too embarrassed to speak or move. PBG released me and I let go of him. Man, I'm really glad we came to that conclusion. But I think I should go now. He's going completely Gamzee Makar on that text there. He stood and sprinted across the room, flinging the door open. Oh, suddenly everyone. Ah! Jared, PBG sprinted past Jared and Mai, who fell away from the door with a crash. PBG, wait! Jared chased after PBG, leaving Mai and I alone. She crawled to me from across the room like some kind of demented bug. What happened? What happened? Tell me! Do you like each other? Are you dating now? Is PBG your boyfriend? I could hardly hear anything. You were talking so quietly. I beamed at her, trying to hold in a laugh. That's a secret. Well, Hot Springs adventure done. Moving on. Mai and I walked to class the next morning like absolute zombies. I wonder how close we are to the end. If I'm going by like the strategy guide that I got going on here, we only have one more decision left to go. Okay, like absolute zombies. I wasn't sure if it was the blood or the heat or the sheer stress of it all. But neither of us wanted to talk to each other. We didn't even want to look at each other. When PBG and I came out of our room that night, we found Jared and Mai in the room across the hall, sitting about 4 yards apart in opposite ends of the room. When I asked whether they wanted to go home... Yes! Definitely! They responded like that. Something was up. Something definitely had to be up. But the drive back to the academy was made in utter stony silence outside of a few passive observation on PBG's part to try to break the tension. If Mai wasn't telling me what happened between her and Jared, that probably meant it was something really bad. Really, really bad. Especially considering it seems like things were going well at the actual spring. I wasn't about to bring that up if she wasn't ready to relive it. For all I knew, she just destroyed any chances of dating the guy she had a crush on for the past 3 years. Knowing Mai, it was very possible she simply wasn't able to conduct herself properly in his presence. I wasn't about to go poking my nose in her most embarrassing moment. We climbed to the 3rd floor behind Mimi and Kakusu. Ooh, who said that name right? Who moved as though approaching their own execution. Of course, they took up all the space in the stairwell, so we couldn't move around them even if we wanted to. My and my own silence meant that, whether we wanted to or not, we ended up eavesdropping on their conversations. So apparently the nearby hot springs is closed for the rest of the year. What? No way. I was going to join my friends on a celebratory excursion after graduating the midterm exams. I don't really know what happened because the staff don't want to go into it, but apparently it had something to do with the water being tainted. You don't think people were copulating in the springs? Jeez. Right to the rough of it, Kakusa. Oh my gosh, why do you talk like that? I'm sure that's why it is. But it must have been some kind of party if it made the springs completely shut down. Kasuku's eyes flashed. It's being inspected for health violations. If they find something, they might not even be able to reopen. Aw, man. I hope they catch whoever did it. It sucks that we have to suffer because somebody else was a butt. Someone else is a butt. Your blood was just everywhere. When we reached the top of the stairwell, we sped around the girls into the classroom like we were running from a swarm of bees. Not the bees. As I hooked my bag onto my desk, a jolly John approached me.
Hey.
Anna, welcome back. How was the sprint? Shh, don't tell anybody we were there. Okay, well, whatever you did, worked. Look. He pointed across the way to PBG, who was sitting at his desk, happily doodling. He noticed us looking at him and waved cheerfully. I waved back. What did you do? I never thought he would recover from something like this so quickly. We just talked. Had a bit of a heart-to-heart, I guess you could say. John held up a hand. Thank you. That's all that I needed to know. Well, Hana, you're one special girl. I just mean, thank you for looking after our boy. Our boy. No problem. He's my friend, after all. John snorted. Yep, definitely. And friends look after each other.
Yeah.
John's just taking this all in stride. Exactly. He wandered off to his seat, still laughing like a maniac. I'm with you, John. I'm in that boat, too. What's up with him? Whatever's up with Mai. I turned to Mai, and she shrugged, staring out the window despondently. I guess she didn't feel up for chatting either. It was so unlike her. What happened between her and Jared? Anyway, transition. Thankfully, Mai thawed as the day wore on, and by the time we got back to Primrose House, we were deep in discussion about volleyball strategies. But as we approached our room, I groaned. Oh no. Another note was taped gleefully to the door. I ripped it off as a bear might knock down a beehive. Aww. What did the paper ever do to you? I glared at her as I opened the letter. Oh, geez, down we go. Oh, love. Oh, love? Oh, love, she's lovely and sweet. She captures my feelings and shines like the sea. So lovely, this lovely, so pretty and nice. Oh, love is so hot, and love is so... ice? Getting warmer and warmer until I pour too much water, but my love cannot spill. For this lovely icy stares back at me with the sea. For love has the loveliest eyes I have seen. What? I stared at the paper. Eyes like the sea? I told you they weren't for me. Did I really have a secret admirer? Are you sure it's not Jared? Oh, whatever. I don't care. I never even had a boy have a crush on me. Never in my life. Never in your life. But strangest of all, when I should have felt my absolute happiness, I instead felt an odd sense of dread. We headed inside our room and I glanced around, unsure of what to do with the letter.
Hey, what's up?
You okay, Hana? I don't like this. Well, just put it away and forget about it, right? Whoever wrote it obviously isn't confident enough to approach you directly, and as long as that doesn't happen, you can just pretend like they don't exist. I folded up the letter and stuffed it inside my desk with its brothers.
Well...
I guess so. A letter is just a letter. It's great that you have a secret admirer, too. Who knows? Maybe it's someone you have feelings for. What? There isn't anybody like that, so that's impossible. Mai glared at me. What? I'm serious. I know you're serious. That's exactly why I'm annoyed. Oh. She sighed and shook her head. Poor guy's got it rough. But I guess you don't pick who you fall in love with. Shh. A secret admirer is hardly someone in love. He's probably just got a little crush. If he is even a he. I wasn't talking about... Oh, forget it. Oh, well. I didn't even bother to do Mai's voice. I was so frustrated. A blush rose in my cheeks, but ignored it. Anyways, we were in the middle of discussing your tactics, right? Have you tried the... What? The Jack shot? I heard online it was pretty good. What's that a reference to? It's a bit overhyped. It doesn't work well for volleyball as you would think. The subject safely dropped. Mai and I had discussed her next game until late into the evening. Something got her more excited about volleyball than usual, and that was saying something when it came to Mai. Whatever it was, she didn't tell me, and I didn't ask. I wondered what it was. Transition. We're in the dark. Oh, we're chapter 4 now! Oh my gosh! There's only 4 chapters to these things, so this is going to be exciting, oh my gosh! After that whole incident, things returned mostly to normal. No, rather than normal, Boots, it was more like things calmed down, like a river that was no longer flooding. A few weeks passed, during which we took our first real test of the term. Thankfully, I scored a 95, high enough to keep my scholarship and provide a buffer for the rest of the year. The Asagao Strikers played their first game without PBG, and they managed to win. The entire school celebrated, except for PBG, who watched the game from his dorm room window. I wonder how he felt. In all other respects, he was back to the PBG we all knew and loved. It was the day after the game that he approached me.
Hana.
Hana?
PBG.
PBG, what's up? He stared down at me for a few seconds, not saying anything. I cocked my head to the side. PBG? You there? I'm here. I was wondering if, you... I nodded, trying to get him to finish his sentence. You will? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, right. So there's this game that's coming out soon. They're doing a midnight release for it. It's a really cool game. It's all about these little animals living in a village together, and you can come and join and live with them. Animal Crossing. Love Animal Crossing. It's so cute. KK Slider is the best. Okay. Do you want to come with me? What do you do with the animals? In the game, you befriend them and go fishing, fossil hunting, there are festivals. You can decorate your house and wear different outfits too. It's so cute. That sounds like something you'd be into. I'll say. And I think you'd like it too. Hold on. That is the phone. Okay, sorry. I'm back. Okay, PBG is saying. I'll say. And I think you'd like it too. Is it for the 4DS? Oops. Think you'd like it too. Plus, I wanted to say thank you for what you did for me with the hot springs. So, what do you think? Well, sure. So, I'll just be keeping you company? Yeah, I guess so. He glanced away from me, looking troubled. Was something wrong? Okay, cool. Great, I'll pick you up tonight. Now, do you want to get to lunch? I'm sure everyone's wondering where we are. I'm sure Mai or John told them what was up. PBG turned pale. I hope not. What was up with him today? He came to pick me up right on time as planned. When I opened the door, Mai poked her head out of the top of her bunk.
Hey, what's up?
Going somewhere? Oh, PBG! Mai glanced at him from me to him and back again. I looked away. I hadn't told her because it never came up. How could you talk about something if it just doesn't come up in conversations? Have fun. You better bring her back safely or I'll stab you with a lance made of toothpicks. Yes, ma'am. We stepped out into the dark night and I instantly started shivering. How cold was it out here? Below freezing? I didn't bring a real jacket with me, but I didn't have a heavy jacket for this kind of weather yet, so there wasn't much I could do about it. Instead, I kept my mouth shut and tried to hide my trembles as we headed for the train station.
Hey.
Wow, interesting sweater choice. Where is this game store, by the way? It's a local one in the city. I'd like to go to it when I can support them. Also, they have a puppy there. You're not allergic to dogs, are you? No, I love them. I always wanted to adopt one. We have one at home, and I miss him so much. Ah, Luca.
Really?
Really? That must have happened after I left. It happened because you left. I was sad, so my parents bought me a dog for Christmas. What's the dog's name? It's a him, and it's not important. Tell me. No, that's fine. Tell me. There's really no reason. PBG. Haru. Haru. His name is Haru. Kind of like her name. Anyways, follow me. Ooh. We got this. What's that? Simple scarf shop. We got a bookstore that I can't read. Itty bitty kitties have their own store. It's great. We took several twists and turns after leaving the station, PBG intent on finding the shop. It's a bit harder to find when everything's dark. I blew my breath into my hair and watched the resulting cloud float away above me. It was cold. Here it is. He gestured to a line of people huddled outside a store, all wearing thick jackets and mittens. There weren't as many people as I expected, but that made sense. How many people would like a game with living with animals enough to wait outside midnight for it? You'd be surprised. Anyway, I think this might be the best point to end off for now. We're getting over the 30-minute mark. But maybe next episode might be the last. That'd be cool. I know we're getting really, really close. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Jen. Thank you so much for watching Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want for more. Also be sure to check out links in the video description below for other places on the internet where I tend to dwell, and other channels on the... and other videos on this channel that you may like, and I will see you all next time.